So many of you believe you will end up on the safe side of this. Therefore, you will tolerate it, for it will only hurt others. Or so you thought. I am speaking to the rubes. I am speaking to liberals in government, companies, executives, policemen, who are all too willing to deploy or sit back whilst it's being deployed. The surveillance state of the Reich, the murders of US citizens by masked murderers sent out by the Reich themselves, who are still on the job, by the way, and rewarded with money and whisked away to safety, and are safely behind their masks. Another party I should have mentioned, thinking they will be on the safe side of things. Mr. Bovino thought that. Miss MoM thought that. The Middle Eastern countries that made a deal with Donny, they are beginning to see that deal was worthless, meaningless. Their countries have been hit by missiles, and they receive no help from the Reich. Dubai is a bloody ghost town. Businesses are closing by the minute. The Middle East begins to distance itself, begins to turn to China. Russia and China and the Middle East begin to say, the petrodollar is no longer necessary. We do not have to fear the United States. In fact, perhaps we should run from them. It used to be known in the world that if you fucked with the petrodollar, if you paid for your oil in something other than US dollars, your country may experience hardship, if not outright war. But now that we are a global joke, everyone moves away. But that works in the Reich's favor, for eventually they want you on Donny coin. They don't like the US dollar. They need something they can control, son. But that's for another time. The liberals in government think by okaying, putting their stamp of approval on the surveillance state, they are not stupid. They know exactly what these tools are for, who they will be deployed against. Yet they took money, so they will vote for it. Why? Why? They believe they will end up on the safe side of it, for they are congressmen and senators. I'm sure they thought that in Hitler's day as well. All the liberals and Marxists, socialists, communists, in government, in prominent positions in Germany in 1933, I'm sure they all thought the same, Miss Cortez, Mr. Schiff. What happened to them? As they allowed the surveillance state, the Gestapo, to build, they got rounded the fuck up, locked the fuck up, and many executed. That's what bloody happened. They thought just like you. They were on the safe side of it. So they went along. They did not stop it. What the Liberals in government are doing now is even worse. They are handing the tools of their very own subjugation to their subjugators. And they will be used against you. The rubes, they sit back, for the talk was for so many years, the tough talk. If the government ever tried this, well, we're all armed. The guns are on the shelves. I don't see them moving. Why? They feel they will be on the safe side of it. Stupid, silly rubes. Silly liberals in government. Silly CEOs. How many of you have been burned so far? How many of you are not but a puppet of the Reich who can steal from you at any moment, extort you at any moment, and boy have they. On top of your tribute, day one. There was a crazy man in sunglasses before the election saying, please don't do it. Do you think you're man enough to handle Vlad-style government? Are you man enough to take on the mob? CEOs and executives of the world, you don't seem to be. He's doing exactly what I told you before the election. But you knew better. You paid him tribute in the beginning, which I'm sure was his idea. Wanted to see who would go along. You all went along. Then he hit you in different lawsuits here and there. Told you, I expect a nice settlement. He got you there as well. Telling you what to do with your companies. Hitting you up for money here and there. Exactly what I said he would do. Silly executives. I wonder how much he will steal from you, for Vlad stole 100 million from one of you. And I ask you the question, do you think you could handle that in the good old United States as well, on top of the 100 million the Russian mob stole from you? I don't think you'll be able to handle it. Sounds like you're pouring all your money into data centers that won't be built for another 5 years. I don't think we have that kind of time, son. I know you hoped we did, and you would end up on the safe side. You have already found out, executives and CEOs, that you are not on the safe side, even now. The liberals will find that out the hard way when they get rounded the fuck up. You know, by the Reich, they're handing extra quick, deadly surveillance tools too. Because the DNC got to check. So now it's a liberal issue. Whether we want it or not. Policemen, eager to deploy drones and take part in the flock surveillance Peter Thiel state. To do their part for the Reich. I wonder how many of you will end up dead in prison, in a camp. For you are not safe either. None of us are. That's what amazes me about all you people. That is why reading history books is very important. And not listening to right-wing grift television when they say Hitler was a socialist. You fucking wish he was. You wouldn't be dead, son, if he were. There'd be a lot more Germans and Europeans and Jewish people alive if he were a socialist. What a shame you believe that. For they used it against you for decades and built this. And you gave them the keys and the permission. You'll sit back because it's better than a liberal. Little stupid children. The rude peasants out there. The liberals in government. The right wing, they're a lost cause. They were already a foregone conclusion. But you're even more stupid than they are. You'll be the first rounded up. You're watching the same playbook as the last time they were rounded up. Again, the executives and CEOs, little stupid children. The policemen, eager to take part in the drone surveillance state of totalitarian dystopia. How many will you fall? Will fall victim to it? For I know your future, little children, no matter what group you belong to, who thinks they are safe. Many of the pedophiles also thought they were safe with this Reich coming forth. It has literally resulted in so many pedophiles exposed. I mean, Rothschild's even son. Do you see how this works with Satan? All the entities I just mentioned, the liberals, the police, the rubes at the bottom, the Rothschilds, in the files, those specific Rothschilds, let me not group them all as one. That would not be fair. All the various Epstein associates and the business people across the world. You thought dancing with the devil would always work in your favor. My God, are you all in for a rude awakening? Many of you have had it already when the entire world sees you commenting as if you're best friends with Jeff Epstein, Miss Rothschild, I'm talking to you. That does things to your reputation, and it goes global, miss, doesn't it? You wanted it. You and Mr. Epstein and the CIA and all different groups wanted this digital world surveillance opportunity, this world domination, omnipresent, dystopian, totalitarian nightmare. You wanted us to go here. That's what I find so fascinating. And it has resulted, again, Miss Rothschild, in the entire globe associating you quite strongly, I might add, with Mr. Epstein. Discussing the peasants as if they were playthings. Exactly what people say about you. You wanted this world. Look how many of you have been exposed by it. Even though many of you own the various outlets, you even have control and you still get exposed. Isn't it terrible? Again, all the groups I mentioned. You thought dancing with the devil would always go your way. That's not how the devil works. He hates you as much as he hates me. He hates us all. He thinks we are lesser things. Could you imagine a little worthless imp thinks we are lesser things? Can you bloody imagine, Miss Rothschild? Your daddy thinks he's better than us, An imp! A piece of charcoal from second one. Do you know why, Miss Rothschild and Miss Cortez and Mr. and Mrs. Rube out there? You think you'll be on the safe side of it? You have hope for that? You believe it? You must. For it justifies the evil within you. And you must. Because your daddy needs to believe it too. That little imp needs to believe he has a chance of not being charcoal, of being king big shit of the world, being worshipped by all. Never. It is written what will happen to him. And I know all of your future, so I know what will happen to you as you dance with him. And you don't need to agree, son. If you can't see the evil in it, then you are lost. There is no hope for you. That's what I'm telling you. Your imp, neither. No hope for him. If you follow him to the lake. Miss Cortez, Miss Rothschild, Mr. Schiff, Mr. and Mrs. Rube at the bottom. Mr. Policeman, eager to help out the police state. Eager to do his duty. If you follow this, if you are the hand of this, if you follow the devil, if you take that mark to maintain your status, if you do the work of the devil, and you never turn away, then you end where he ends. And if you take the mark, my God, that's automatic. But you have a chance before that time. I doubt many of you will take the opportunity. You've gone along so nicely so far. Anyway, I did not mean to say all that. I meant to give a quick 2-minute speech or something. So since I did say all that, I'm going to take a quick break. No one is on the safe side of it. Not Miss Cortez, not the Democratic Party in government, not the Rube at the bottom, not Mr. Policeman, not Mr. Executive. We are all in mortal danger. Every single one. The liberals in government, I assume they will go first. That is how Adolf did it, and they all seemed to love him so much. So no one will end up on the safe side, unfortunately. That's the point of the apocalypse, isn't it? Okay. All right. This is what Donnie started the day off. I don't even know what the fuck this means. Here's the situation. The strait's still closed. The U.S. Navy's still too scared to go in, and absolutely nothing has changed. It's 6:41 a.m. and Donnie is posting this. Assuming Iran agrees to give what has been agreed to, which is perhaps a big assumption, the already legendary Epic Fury will be at an end, and the highly effective blockade will allow the Hormuz Strait to be open to all, including Iran. If they don't agree, the bombing starts, and it will be, sadly, at a much higher level and intensity than it was before. Thank you for your attention, President Pedophile. Do you know what that means? The first sentence alone, it just sounds like abject bullshit. So, again, nothing, absolutely nothing has changed. We go through this every fucking day. For a month now, absolutely nothing has changed in that time. Iran still controls it. They have all the cards. Donnie ain't got shit. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this at 6:41 a.m. Him sitting there in a shitty diaper posting that fucking nonsense. All lies, just complete bullshit. I already thought Leon's mom constantly defending him on Twitter was embarrassing. I didn't even consider that Leon was the one tweeting as his own mom and defending himself, which is maybe the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Most pathetic fucking thing. My God, Leon is the personification of pathetic, man. I'll get to what this is about. Leon has been caught with fake accounts before. He had to admit in court that he has alt accounts that he uses and pretends to be other people. Remember that? I presented it to you. We'll get to it. The FBI is raiding the office of Virginia Senate President Pro Tempore L. Louise Lucas in Portsmouth, Virginia, according to Fox News. Fox was conveniently on the scene, so this was planned. They called Fox to be there. They want the press coverage, a big, piece of theater. Because Donnie doesn't like Democrats adding seats. He likes Republicans adding seats. At least Democrats give the population a vote before they add seats. So they can at least say, yeah, we got the people. At least we gave them a choice. We didn't just add a bunch of Republican seats. Donnie weaponizing the FBI again. Lucas, 82, is widely seen as the mastermind behind Democrats' redistricting push in Virginia and has long been one of the most powerful figures in Virginia. So this is a top Democrat in Virginia. He is going after straight up. Raided, called Fox News in to take the footage. Big fucking spectacle. All based on nothing and everyone knows it. So liberals in government, when I say he's going to round you the fuck up, this is an indicator. You think these cases are for nothing, you fucking fools? This is just the opening ante. This is the door opening to just rounding you all the fuck up. And the Rubes would love that. They've been begging for it for years. They don't give a fuck about rights and whether you committed a crime. They're of Satan, son. They enjoy death. They enjoy misery. They enjoy hate. It's their identity, obviously. Or we wouldn't be in the fucking apocalypse with the Antichrist. They picked him, son. I didn't. Top Democrat in Virginia, liberals in government. Are you paying the fuck attention yet? Fox News is on scene, Portsmouth, Virginia, where the FBI is raiding the office of Virginia Senate President and close ally of Virginia Governor Spanberger. Federal law enforcement sources tell Fox this is in connection to a major corruption probe, and FBI is serving multiple search warrants approved by a federal judge at her office at a next-door cannabis dispensary. More to come. There's a cannabis dispensary involved? Or it's right next to her office? So what? And of course, she's, shocker. Yeah, he gonna round you people to fuck up. Adolf Hitler style. That's his hero. You are liberals in government in his way. He just raided a top Democrat in Virginia who has more clout than her in the liberal arena in Virginia. And again, there's all the other cases against various other people. Comey twice now. Again, when you let Adolf Hitler's foot in the door, son, little children, he never stops. It's like letting a wolf in the henhouse with you while you're in the henhouse. And the wolf promises, before you let him in, I promise I'm not going to eat any of them chickens. You can trust me. But you're a wolf. A chicken's your favorite fucking food. I promise. Just let my foot in the door. Comey twice is a great example of what the fuck I'm talking about. He's never gonna stop. You don't give a fuck about pardons, no pardons, whatever. He gonna grab you motherfuckers. You're the only thing in his way. After that, it's smooth sailing. The Rubes will not give a fuck. You should know that. They got a plan for the rest of us that might be out on the streets. They planned for that. Mr. Obama, Miss Clinton, Miss Cortez, they planned for that before they won. Comey twice. Now they're going after the top Democrat in Virginia. Raid. He got to round you people the fuck up. And the saddest part, again, you sold us out the last minute. And you took money from the surveillance state. The surveillance, what should I call that? Industrial complex. And now you're handing him the tools that will subjugate you further, quicker. And the rest of us. That's the most amazing, sad part. What he did today to this woman, I don't know what's going to be a big enough indicator to you idiots that think you're going to be on the safe side of it. This woman probably thought she'd be on the safe side of it too. I wonder if she voted for any surveillance bills in her state since the DNC got a fat fucking check. That'll help Donnie round her up when the time comes. If he don't lock her up now. Dumbasses. You can't be a little cooperative with the Reich. This isn't normal times. I wish more people realize that. This is a wolf you let in the henhouse with you while you're standing there with 100 chickens inside, promising not to eat any. How do you think that's going to end up? Idiot. Ask Miss whoever she is that got raided today how it's going to end up. And again, I wonder how many surveillance bills she voted for, since it's a liberal issue now. With the cars especially. And fuck anybody that wants to put a surveillance package in my fucking car. Fuck you and fucking die. Please. Do the fucking world a favor. I don't care what your name is. Dumbass fucking children that didn't know they was going to be round up 10 years ago. Here's surveillance so you can get us in our car and disable it. So you can grab us faster. Satan. Fucking idiots. Elon Musk accidentally revealing his mom's account as one of his alts means that he has both impersonated his own infant child and mother online. Yeah. Remember that? I presented it to you. He had to admit in court he was had an alt account as a small child. That child talked shit on the mother and said how great Elon was too. Leon would have kept going with that if not for court. If we didn't all find out that he had a bunch of fake accounts. Donnie and the right-wing grift machine are just replete with fake account. That is a strategy they employ left and right. Do you remember who else employed that strategy? A certain family. Remember them? Just like the right-wing grift machine. They employ all the same strategies. Just like Leon. Just like Donnie. They don't care what they got to fake. As long as the lies get out, son. Just like these people. Just like Leon. And we're getting to it. Remember, I presented the child thing with you where he was going around as a small child, writing comments, pretending to be a small child. This is back when the talk of him fighting Zuckerberg. This looks like it's from June of 2023. And May Musk is saying, that's Leon's mom, a verbal fight only. 3 questions each. The funniest answers win. Who agrees? So that was probably Leon that posted that under his mom's account. And then there's a parody account underneath. Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of my Twitter friends. I'm going to break Zuck's face. It says not Elon Musk, and it's got a picture of Leon. So that's an old post from 2023. And Leon is under this with fire. I guess he is replying to his mother or himself since he's posting on his mother's account. Leon's directly under the mother at the top, and then the parody account is the one at the bottom. Like kind of middle section with the 2 little fireballs. That's Leon there. I guess he's replying to his mother or himself, since he probably posted it. I'm thinking he did. After what I saw, and we'll get to it. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. We're working our way towards it. One day after news broke that Republicans want to spend at least $1 billion taxpayer dollars for a ballroom, Trump said would be privately funded and cost 1/5 that amount. Trump claims it will cost something less than $400 million. The math ain't mathin'. One of you said he's going to take more than $500 million. I don't remember who it was. I saw that comment somewhere. If he's saying it's going to cost a little under 400, that means he's taking the rest. So, you're right. Oh, Donnie, you're such a goddamn thief. So here's Donnie's comment. The White House ballroom is going up rapidly over the east side of the White House. The only reason the cost has changed is because after deep-rooted studies, it is approximately twice the size, far higher quality than the original proposal, which would not have been adequate to handle the necessary events, meetings, future inaugurations. There ain't going to be none of those, and he knows it. Yet he's saying it. Look, you're all adults out there, right? Not one of you believes this is really for ballroom activities, right? It's an armored shell for a bunker. And he has to build it. That should really tell you, little children, where the fuck this is going. High priority. He's making sure it gets done. With your money, of course, always, son. Ain't no better indicator than that where all this is going. Him in the bunker protected under his armored shell so they can govern a large group of people. Big building. Armored. Bunker underneath in case shit happens. Run the whole country. Pandemonium on the fucking streets. That's where it's going. They all knew before you gave them the keys, son, again. They were going to go full Reich at some point. They knew they had a 4-year window before they got to really reveal this thing. That bunker and ballroom must be done. That should tell you all the fuck you need to know, because there ain't a one of you out there that legit thinks that's just a ballroom, and that's the real agenda with it. You can't be that stupid. Something less than $400 million. It will be magnificent, safe, secure. This was a necessary change. It was done long ago, but the fake news failed to report it, trying to make it look like there was a cost overrun. Actually, it's coming in ahead of schedule and under budget. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Fuckface. I notice the sentence isn't in there that you're not going to be paying for it like it always used to be. Remember that lie he would tell every time he talked about it? Not one taxpayer dime. I don't see that in there. I see him telling you, you stupid fucking marks out there, that instead of stealing $200 million for it, I'm going to take $400 million for it. Yet the budget proposal that's being written on paper is $1 billion, you fucking dumbass marks. They'll still take the $1 billion if they can pass it, which I think they can, so that's gone. Gastani pockets about 600. I should have known he is the Antichrist, right? I gave him the benefit of the doubt he's only going to pocket 5. Because he knows the rubes ain't looking at the legislation, nor do they care. As long as it ain't a liberal, I know. That's why your country's over. I know. So the person that said he's going to take more than 5 and put it in his pocket, you were spot bloody on. And again, the sentence that you're not going to be paying for, that wasn't in there. Did you notice that? This is pretty funny. No one misread anything. Leon trying to do damage control because he got caught posting as his parents. Yep. Misread Musk family post sparks sock puppet claims. The mix-up started when Glenn Beck praised Trump's grandmother's grit. Leon noted his own grandmother was a housekeeper in England. And May added details about her cleaning boarding houses in Liverpool and later sewing fur linings. Critics misread May's "your mom" as referring to herself. Joking, Leon puppets her profile and even impersonates his late father. In reality, it described Leon's paternal grandmother, Cora Amelia Robinson, who May met in 1966, highlighting how a road to immigrant roots became online conspiracy fodder. What? It doesn't make sense, that explanation. Because here's the post. Leon's pretending to be his dad, but posted on the wrong sock account, his mother's. Look, everyone, Leon trying to seem like he's one of us. LOL. So again, they explain the context, Glenn Beck and Trump's grandmother. So Leon does a comparison about his grandmother. My grandmother was a housekeeper in England. That's all he posted. Then May Musk says, your mom told me she was cleaning toilets in a Liverpool boarding house as a child. When I met her in 1966, she was sewing linings for a furrier in a small windowless room behind the store. See, the post starts off with your mom. That is Leon's mom, May Musk. That explanation that they're talking about Leon's grandma doesn't make sense when the post begins with your mom. So I'm sorry. It looks like, Leon, you were posting as your mother. And you may have posted as her this entire time, like when she defends you online. Leon Scum is a level of pathetic I can't fully describe. Nothing is too low or pathetic for Leon Scum. He will post as a small child and insult his ex-girlfriend, wife, whatever, with that small child and praise himself. That is how small Leon is. He will post as his mother, defending him, whatever. He's allegedly the richest man in the world. You would think, son, he'd have better things to do? No? Exactly. That's why you're pathetic, man. If I had your kind of money, the last goddamn thing on earth I'd be thinking of is, let me put fake accounts, let me post as family members and other fake accounts, as children, about me online. Are you fucking kidding me? Bad enough he got caught posting as a small child. Posting as your mother, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that explanation, that cleanup attempt, that doesn't make logical sense, Leon. I'm sorry. It looks like the whole internet's right that you're a pathetic jerk-off douchebag that posts as your mother, a verified checkmark account as your mother. Holy fucking shit. When I say they're sociopaths, do you believe me yet? Psychopaths, sociopaths, Satanists, just, they're so goddamn lost. Oh my God. So it's verified. Leon posted as his mom, and he admitted in court he posted as that small child. And that's just the two accounts we know of. I'm sure there's many more. For the richest man in the world, he sure has a lot of free time to... I mean, that wasn't even consequential what he was discussing. He just had to be part of it. That's how needy and desperate he is, I guess, to be relevant. I don't know. Melania gave a little speech next to Donnie today. I didn't watch it. I didn't listen to it. It's not a big deal. It's a joke. But she said this line, and I mean, just the audacity. Most know my husband as the strong commander-in-chief, but his empathy transcends the role. The crowd actually started laughing when she said that. His empathy. He's the Antichrist, for fuck's sake. He don't have no empathy. He's stealing $1 billion from you and building a ballroom and pocketing 6, son. 6. That'd be 100 million when I say 6. You fucking marks. He bombs schoolgirls and lies about it. Even when we all know it was the U.S. Tomahawk that hit. And we all know it. By the footage, you can tell. He sent mass thugs out to murder people. That was literally their mission. And we're going to talk about his empathy. Wow. Antichrist. The Trump administration has gutted the CDC's vessel sanitation program, firing every full-time inspector responsible for investigating cruise ship outbreaks. That's part of the liquidation sale of America. This didn't just happen. It happened a while back. You know, as they're liquidating your country, RFK Jr., the smackhead, the brainworm guy, the Nazi, as they were just cutting departments, cutting staff, that's because those budgets are going right in the pocket, son. Told you, everything's being liquidated. Now we got hantavirus on a ship. But, you know, the money going to all these fucking scumbags was more important. It's what you voted for, right? When your bitch ass gets hantavirus because Donnie and RFK pocketed the budget of these people they fired, remember you thought that, son. Howard Nutlick will testify behind closed doors today about his connection to Jeffrey Epstein's child trafficking network. The fact that it's just behind closed doors, not under oath, tells me he is a pedophile. Howard Nutlick is a pedophile. That alone tells me. They're asking Representative Comer about Mr. Nutlick. And this is Mr. Comer, respectable member of the Reich. Why not do Nutlick's testimony as a videotaped interview? Comer. Well, this is, you know, so we don't video people who come in voluntarily. If you're interested in the investigation, you can come here. It's not a real hearing. It's not under oath. It's worthless. It's a piece of theater. He's afraid to be under oath. He's afraid to have it public. I'd be too if my face was on Jeff Epstein's dentist office. I wouldn't want it to be public either, son. The fact that Nutlick doesn't want to be under oath, doesn't want to have a real hearing, doesn't want it public. You got Comer stammering like he's a fucking stuttering freak outside the hearing because he knows how bad it looks. Nutlick's a pedophile. I'm sorry. He just is. I'm going to take a break before I go to this next thing. It's getting a little hot in here too. I need to turn this shit down. A little vape real quick. It's a special vape, not normal. I'll be right back. Okay. Data centers. I don't know who needs to hear this, but a building spanning 40,000 acres is not just for AI and internet. I beg you to wake the fuck up. Yeah. I know, I'm sure it's all above board and it's nothing nefarious, right? Right, son? Kevin O'Leary's massive data center was approved by a county commission in Utah last night. At 40,000 acres, it would be 2.5 times the size of Manhattan. I'm sorry, I'm tired. My brain is skipping words. And this is what it looked like, and there's a lot of white rural faces in this crowd. I think you'll be able to tell. So that tells me who they voted for, most of them, if not all of them. As they're screaming their fucking heads off because a data center about to dry up their last bit of water and drive up all their electric bills and pollute the fuck out of the environment and make certain people's neighborhood possibly worthless depending where it is. Again, Ohio, Utah, Indiana, Texas, some of the main areas are throwing these things out in rural areas where some houses are. What's funny about that is a lot of you very people voted for this. This is what I mean. You didn't think. You didn't think of what could happen to you. You thought you'd be safe. Now you're learning the hardest of motherfucking hard ways. I see video after video of people that live in like semi-rural areas and they got a data center that just made their property worthless. Not to mention the pollution, all the other things that go along with it. The electric consumption, my God. The water consumption, my God. If I'm not mistaken, I read one of Utah's reservoirs is at 25%. And like I said, a lot of the country is in drought. And they're trying to put these data centers up at light speed, and they use, billions of gallons of water. On top of the nuke plants using water, on top of other industry using massive amounts of water. Please don't tell me if that water's returned to the environment, that it's returned in good condition. I will never believe you. I wouldn't believe that if Jesus told me that. I heard in Georgia, a nuke plant just opened up and a data center in nearby, close proximity, both using just insane amounts of water and electricity. Everyone's bill's gone up 6 times in the past few years. Why? Because they're paying for the data center's usage and they're paying for the nuke plant's usage. That fucking simple. So the billionaires, once again, they vote anti-socialism every time. And then when they build a monstrous 40,000 acre complex, they want you to share the load. You know what that's goddamn called? Roops. Socialism. And guess who the socialists is that get to pay for it? You get the fun part of socialism, paying the bill. They get the benefit of discounted electricity rates while you pay a raised electricity rate and share the load, son. You voted for it, son. You voted for your home to become worthless. Kevin O'Leary's massive data center was approved in Utah last night. At 40,000 acres, it would be 2.5 times the size of Manhattan. The commission approved the proposal despite opposition from hundreds of locals. Yeah, I don't know. They don't look like woke outsiders. I've seen people posting that bullshit when I look at that picture that don't look like woke outsiders that are against the data center. It's sad when ruining your entire community, being against that is a liberal position. That's fucking sad. But that's the rube, son. Stick their own foot up their own ass and tell you it's great. Because the right-wing grift machine told them to. Here's Donnie at the podium today. I don't know why. I don't care why. Just another lie, son. Just another lie. I've given a special edict that the defense companies who have the best equipment, they're not making it fast enough. Now they're all building plants all over the place. No, they're not. I said I'm going to reduce your salary. You're going to put it into weapons. Donnie is boasting of intensified production at weapons manufacturers and that he's responsible for that. A priority for Donnie is weapons. He's bombed about 8 different fucking countries, some twice, 3 times, 19 times. If we talk in Somalia. And he wants them to ramp up production. And he's building a bunker. And an armored shell with your money. Every bit of it. And they're going to pocket a lot of that too. And he's telling the weapons manufacturers to increase production. What does that add up to? World War goddamn 3. That's what it adds up to. And that's obvious by what he said. Obvious what his agenda is. None of it good for us. How's the farm doing? Donnie wants to build weapons. That's where he put the money. Not a farm bailout, dumbass. He needs that land for the next data center that Zuck's going to put up. Why would he want you to have it? Only been in your family for, 80 years. Dumbass idiots. Trump phones. No one's gotten a phone yet. People put deposits down. And there's this little section in the pre-order deposit form. Last updated April 6, 2026. Deposit purpose. And here's the highlighted section. Does not guarantee that a device will be produced or made available for purchase. I believe they've collected about $500,000 for these phones. And no one's ever going to get one. That's the devil, son. That's the Donnie Shitbags effect. That's Donnie Shitbags. That's what you people have your signature on. That's what you gave the keys to the empire, and that's why it's fucking over. Yeah, just put a deposit down. But don't read the fine print, all right? Don't worry about it. Just sign it. Send the money. Don't worry about it. I'm Donnie Shitbags. You can trust me, right? One more time, let me read that. This is why our country's over right here. You ready? This is rubery. Does not guarantee that a device will be produced or made available for purchase. Is there any talk of a refund in this fine print? I bet there isn't, son. What kind of grift offers fucking refunds? You fucking suckers. My God. Back to the data centers. This other woman I was telling you about last night. They did a video. Here she is. I forget what state this is. It could be Texas, Georgia. Mark Zuck builds a massive data center in Georgia just hundreds of yards from people's homes. Water pressure collapsed. Sinks don't run. Toilets won't refill. Homes shake nonstop. Power outages are common. A billionaire gets his servers. Working families get steamrolled. There's a towel here. I'm not going to show it to you. It's disgusting. When they put water in a bucket from the kitchen sink to fill the toilet so they can use it, and they wipe the bucket out, it's filled with brown sediment. So the data center is sucking up all the water, took all their water pressure away. It's almost non-existent. She turned on the kitchen sink. A trickle came out. She explained how, since this is in all the pipes now, all the pipes are probably going to have to be replaced for the whole fucking house. And they have no water pressure. And their electric went up a lot. And their house shakes. And power outages are common. What does that add up to, class? Their house being goddamn worthless. But Zuck got his server space, right? And his water and his electricity. And I'm sure, pedophile Mr. Zuckerberg, I'm sure, has the entire community sharing the load, paying for some of that consumption. And I'm sure Mr. Zuckerberg gets a discounted rate. Because it wouldn't be fair to charge a billionaire the actual, usage of electricity, right? Make everyone else pay it, give him a discount, and share the load. Like socialism. I thought you rubes were against, I thought your CEOs were against social. What happened? You vote Republican all the time. You allow the anti-socialist propaganda on all your websites. You act like any of you pulled yourselves up by the bootstraps when it's all CIA money and nefarious money from Russia and different places. That's all you got, son. You're not special. You didn't do nothing miraculous. And now you're ruining lives. Directly, not just via social media. Now you're going right to people's homes and ruining their fucking life, making their property worthless, polluting the fuck out the community with noise and actual pollution. Sucking up all the fucking water. Everyone's electric bill goes up. You're a goddamn, I don't know what to call it, parasite on existence. The leaders of all these companies that are building these centers and ruining people's lives in the process, do you understand? The rest of us, it would be better if you never existed. Everyone on this planet would have a better life if all of you were gone. Do you understand that? Does that bother you in the least? For that is a true statement, son. I guess it doesn't. As long as you can afford another yacht, I guess that's all that matters, right? Why are you in the lake? Remember you thought that, son. Remember that was your philosophy, your ruling reason. I'm doing great. I got $8 billion and fuck everybody else. Oh, I made, 100,000 houses now worthless across the country. Whatever. This woman, could you imagine? I want you to picture yourself. You got a place you like, a house. Data center goes up. Your house is now ruined. None of your plumbing works. You get no water pressure. You have to fill your toilet up for it to even work. The water that does come out is filled with brown sediment. So that's about all it's good for is the toilet, isn't it? Your electric bill is, now skyrocketed. Because socialism is cool and it's for billionaires. They love sharing the load. As long as they don't have to share the profits. That's Satan 100 goddamn %. I hope you understand that philosophy. That setup. This woman's house is now worthless, and she has no water and her electric's jacked up, and it's just her whole fucking life is kind of ruined, isn't it? But hey, at least Zuck's doing good. That's what matters, right? The cargo ship attacked by Iran in the Strait of Hormuz yesterday has been identified as the French-owned CMA CGM San Antonio, attempting the U.S.-backed crossing and designated route by Trump with AIS transponders switched off. UK MTO hid the location to avoid admitting the U.S. route isn't safe. Trump canceled Project Freedom 4 hours later. I'm hearing different rumors. I'm hearing a ship got hit by Iran, and that's why Donnie turned it all around. I'm hearing he didn't attempt at all. I'm hearing all kinds of things. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Do you understand what briefly means here? A woman dying of hantavirus boarded a commercial KLM flight in Johannesburg on April 25. The Andes strain, this is why I'm reading it to you. They've identified the strain now. I was worried about this. The Andes strain, the only hantavirus on Earth that spreads person to person. She died the next day. Her husband died on the cruise ship 2 weeks earlier. The ship tried to dock in the Canary Islands, rejected. Tried Cape Verde, they can't handle it. 147 passengers from 23 countries are still floating in the Atlantic right now because no country wants them on their soil. 3 dead. WHO tracing every passenger on that flight. And the airline's official statement is she was on board briefly. The ocean isn't a quarantine ward. Briefly isn't a health policy. Exactly. So now they know what strain it is. And it's the Andes, I'm going to call it strain. ANDES. It's the one I was hoping it was not. I got to move. Leaf blower. Cunts. So I got to move. Gotta hate this motherfucker. Trying to do a show here. What the fuck? I hate seatbelt alarms too. I hope I turned the lights on. I think I did. Okay. It's the strain I was hoping it wasn't. And this woman was on a plane with other people. And the word briefly was used. This strain can be transferred human to human. Don't forget that. Right, but we know from the 2018 superseding events in Argentina that Andes virus spreads H to H, human to human, likely via the aerosol route with an RO of 2.12. I don't know what that means. Same as Wuhan COVID strain. If you don't institute strict airborne precautions now, which you currently aren't, there's a high risk of losing control of this one as well. Yeah. Incredible work in South Africa sequencing the virus. Yeah, that's great, because we got to find out it's the fucking one that goes human to human. Breaking 23 hantavirus crews passengers returned home to all corners, including to the U.S., and one is already sick per NYP, New York Post. I hope the New York Post is just lying their ass off for views, because the New York Post is kind of a rag, but sometimes TMZ or the New York Post, or they do actually write a true story. They do actually get a scoop sometimes. I hope this time they're lying. All corners, you say. That part I know they're not lying about. The one is already sick. I don't know about that part. Oh, fucking Kash Patel, it was discovered that he gives out engraved bottles of whiskey to people. You know, the guy that blacks out drunk and his fellow agents got to fucking get a breach team brought in to get him, up for work. That's his alarm clock. Saturday Night Live should do a skit. The guy suing the Atlantic for defamation and starting a criminal leak investigation for reporting that he has a drinking problem, travels with a supply of personalized branded bourbon engraved with the words, Kash Patel, FBI Director. He puts his name on it. And distributes them while on official business, including during at least one FBI about, Kash ain't a drunk at all, or a cokehead. It's just coincidence he's handing out, personally engraved bottles of fucking bourbon. Trump's not dying, folks, and the White House isn't involved in a massive cover-up. Wearing hand makeup is just what alpha men like Trump do. Donnie's hands look bad. And they got a lot of makeup on. One's got a damn lot. But they got it on both. And this is what it looks like. Sorry for showing this. Yeah, he's falling apart. He is dying. But don't worry, the devil will keep him alive just long enough to, we all suffer unimaginable consequences. He is the Antichrist after all. Oh my God, these hands look hideous. Look, it's obvious he's getting routine IV treatments for something very serious. And this is ridiculous. You got the President of the United States with makeup all over the back of his hands in every photo. What in the fuck? Don't worry, the devil will keep him alive. You're in the realm of the typical. Whatever fucks you over the most, the devil will keep him alive. Don't worry. Guess what's much worse than just flock safety cameras? Flock cameras that are networked to drones that they launched to pursue you. I talked about was it Oakland police? No, the Michigan police, was it? If MI is Michigan, I can't even remember the abbreviations for states. What else could it be? Minnesota? I don't even know. I assume it was Michigan. Explained how a stolen car would ping the flock, whatever location, and then a drone would be automatically deployed to that location where the car was, last pinged. I told you drones and AI would police you. This gentleman did a video, and here's a picture of some new equipment. Now we've got, networked, drone capable. Literally, actually, exactly what I told you before the election took place. Drones and AI would police you. You're looking at it. You are looking at it. And you've watched several police officers explain it to you. Or you've watched me explain what the officer said to you. So, exactly what I said would happen. One more time, take a look at your dystopian nightmare future that you're already in right now. These will only get greater in number. They are building something here, son. Can you tell? Can you fucking tell? I can. Wow, that looks real sophisticated, don't it, son? You know what it is? You know what you're looking at right now? Slavery. That's what you're looking at. Forever. They want this forever. They want this to be the eternal future of our fucking world. Slavery for you, and a lot of people that think they're safe will end up slaves as well. I hope the checks were worth it. Going the exact route I thought it was. Way better than humanoid robots. Way better to police us with. This is stunning reporting. Trump's so-called Project Freedom reportedly collapsed after Saudi Arabia blocked the U.S. military from using key Saudi bases and airspace for the operation, according to NBC News. So again, we hear a rumor that it was because a French ship got hit. Now here's another rumor that the Saudis said, no, you can't use our bases. We're pissed. We realize the deals we made with you are worthless. We going with China now. Fuck you. That is happening. The UAE as well, Dubai, they are pissed. They are running with China now too. They've already announced it. They distanced it from the US. So are the Saudis. They running with China. Per the report, Saudi leadership is furious after Trump abruptly announced the operation without proper coordination. In response, the kingdom reportedly barred the U.S. from flying aircraft out of Prince Sultan Air Base or through Saudi airspace to support the mission, effectively grounding the operation and forcing Trump to pause it. This is stunning. The president of the U.S. reportedly launched a major operation in one of the most sensitive regions on Earth without securing support from key allies first. NBC reports that even a direct call between Trump and Crown Prince Mohammed Salman failed to resolve the standoff. So the Saudis and UAE have announced, I already told you, they're going with the yuan. They're going with China. They ain't buying oil with U.S. currency anymore. Iran has now said that. They running with China now. They telling people pay in yuan, don't pay in U.S. dollars. And again, like I said at the beginning, the Middle Eastern countries, they said this deal we made with this orange motherfucker, we thought, this was going to go well. We got missiles raining down on our fucking country. We got our oil fields on fire. We got Dubai's a goddamn ghost town. Okay, we're going to go with China from now on. Fuck this bullshit. Because this guy's going to be the death of us. It's a shame Americans ain't saying that. The rubes out there, I'm talking to you. Saudi Arabia and UAE wised the fuck up. They had to lose a lot, though, to get there. I wonder how much you got to lose before you realize you a dumbass. Forever choosing this motherfucker. So the Middle East is distancing itself from us. Just like I said. I don't know what the real truth is, though. It sounds more likely if the Saudis said, yeah, you can't use our bases. That might be the real reason. I don't know. But Iran hitting a ship wouldn't hurt. Again, Donnie and Pete just can't fucking declare we're going to start escorting ships through unless they want ships to get sunk. So I knew they weren't going to be able to do it. A ship got hit right off the bat. If Donnie even made a real attempt, I'm not even sure. And they turned the fuck around. On top of it, the Saudis said, yeah, we don't really want any part of this anymore. Running with you is going to have our whole country up in fucking flames. Maybe not a good idea. We're getting very isolated here. Have you noticed? That's what happens when you have a madman running things. When you have this running things. Make up hands. What's sad, too, is he'll just never be honest with us, whatever condition he fucking has. It's obviously life-threatening. It's very serious. He's getting routine, IV service going on here. You don't do that for nothing. And the hands keep looking worse and worse. It's kind of interesting the Antichrist finally gets his dream grift. He finally gets to make a real attempt at building his lifelong dream, a Reich, in the image of Adolf Hitler, and him being king of the world. That's the end goal. He finally gets that, right? And his body's just falling the fuck apart. He's a fucking wreck. And we're watching in front of us as he just literally falls apart. So we can't even really enjoy it that much before he goes in the lake. He's in the last stages of his life. He's obviously close to death. He looks terrible. They're giving him routine medical treatments. We don't see him for 5 days at a time sometimes. That tells me it's life-threatening. It's serious. He can't even show his face in public for days at a time. Sometimes a week. If that's your life, you can't be president. You just can't. It's too important of a job. Unfortunately for us, these are children, and you are children out there that have chosen children, and they'd rather the entire world be on fire, son, than admit your fucking Antichrist has a serious illness to where he cannot fulfill his duties. His mental illness, his decline mentally, just for that alone, he shouldn't be president, and you all fucking know it. But on top of it, the physical illnesses he has, to the point his hands are black on the outside because he's getting constant IVs and disappearing for 5 days at a time. That means you cannot fulfill the duties of the president. You need to step the fuck down, or you need to be impeached. You and he would rather the entire world be in flames than just admit he's sick and can't perform the duties and have him step down or impeach him. That is why your country and your world is over. Don't take the mark. Have a wonderful evening.